Okay.
Billy was very sleepy this last show.
Yeah, he's pretty sleepy. So let's see how sleepy he was. Oh, he was very sleepy.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw it when I sat down. A little bit of cringe.
yeah, your butthole still hurts?
Did I tell you the story?
Yeah, you fell down in the hospital?
Yeah, fuck me, man.
You're the perfect place to get hurt, though.
Those tailbones don't heal very quickly.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Bad stuff, man. Yeah.
Just ask Ray's mother.
Yeah,
Why'd you give him the alley-oop, man? Why'd you gotta give him the hoop?
she's got a quick turnaround time.
I did see my mother yesterday at my son's soccer game, and she did make mention how my dad plays certain parts of the episode so she can hear it. So she has heard all the Irene diss track pretty much from every show.
Nothing beat when your dad IM'd me for the one-eyed Irene joke.
That was funny. I also taught my father what an Eskimo brother was over the weekend. I was like, yeah, your Eskimo brother Billy's like, what's an Eskimo brother?
Oh, Jesus. How'd that go?
So it's a Langevin trait. When you laugh really hard, you sometimes start to cry because you're laughing hard. That is what happened.
That's so fucking funny.
Fucking old man. Oh, man. Shit.
I love your dad.
So
He just makes me laugh.
I'm so pissed we don't have the
I know,
trip.
we don't
grass
have a
trip.
football trip this year. God
Well,
damn
thank
it.
God, because I would hate to pay a lot of money to go watch this crap-ass team that we call the Patriots right now.
I
Yeah,
guess
next
that's
year's
true.
going to be pretty cool because it's probably going to be dirt cheap where we go because it's going to be so bad.
Carolina, right? Is that what we're picking?
I'd like to go to Carolina, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Charlotte's a fun little city.
Charlotte's a great town.
Yeah, I've been a shit ton of times. And like if we stayed downtown, I know we'll probably get a house, but man, you can walk to the stadium from downtown. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, we could get an apartment downtown, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte's a fun little town.
I think
Yeah.
I went to Charlotte for a work event one time, and they had a work conference. I went down there, and I got wicked hammered one night at like 3 a.m. and I flushed a whole piece of pizza down the toilet, and I flooded the whole bathroom.
Hold on. Why do you flush a piece of pizza? Just cause.
Yeah, I wasn't paying for the room. I
Dude,
called him. I called him, and I was like, "Yo, my bathroom's all flooded."
Well, no. Like, I don't mean to judge you. I understand. I
We've all
understand.
been there.
I get the idea of doing stupid shit just to do stupid shit. I've just never thought of flushing a piece of pizza down a toilet, which is fucking brilliant.
Dude, I think it was because I had been drinking. A vendor brought us out, and like I was probably like 10 or 15 shots in, and I was eating fucking pizza in the middle of the night, and I started throwing up. So then I was like, all right,
Fuck this pepperoni. You're going
Yeah.
down the drain, motherfucker. You're going
So-
down the drain, bitch.
So after I get done throwing up, I was like, well, now I'm hungry again. So I started eating the pizza. I took 2 bites of the pizza, and I'm like, I can't eat this. So I just chucked it in the toilet and just flushed it. And I was like, this is a bad idea. And water starts like pouring out everywhere. And I was like, all right. I shut the bathroom door, and I just fucking passed out of the bed. And I called them in the morning, and I was like, hey, my bathroom's all flooded. So they must have found a whole slice of mushroom pizza in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, it was just sitting there. Like,
No, it flushed. It like went down. I couldn't believe it. You know,
wow.
it's a hotel bathroom. It was like
Impressive.
it was the Westin, so that thing like sucks the water down as quick as it can, and
Yeah,
it
they
sucked
got-
a whole
they
piece
got
of
good
pizza down
shit
there.
going on there. Wow. Okay. Well, all right. For any of you listeners that have never flushed a pizza down a toilet, there you go.
True story.
The risk is on you. Good.
But the reward is awesome.
Yeah. The reward is worth it. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever. Fuck it. Welcome to the Simple Mind Sports Show, Fat Tuesdays. We're going to talk everything Celtics today, boys. We're going to switch it up a little bit on the precipice, or as Bill would say, the cups of a terrible, terrible Patriots loss on Sunday to the 49ers. Today is October 27th. Fuck yourself, Ray. This is Fat Tuesdays, everything Celtics. Welcome to the show.
Well done. Well done,
Thanks.
Richard.
Nice, Rich. Nice.
Thank you. And again, boys, I do apologize for breaking up the little camaraderie, the little boys club you guys created in my absence. I know that you had established a little bit of a connection there and felt like it worked pretty well.
Not a lot of people get to bond with their stepfather and have some beers and talk sports, and then fucking lo and behold, Rich comes back from after having birth and fucks that all up. Now it's all over with.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you do say the stepchilds, because basically what those shirts were was Bill just rambling on endlessly and aimlessly,
and I let him.
You little chubby boy sat with doe eyes, looking and wandering in wonder,
Just nodding your head.
Wow, where does all this knowledge come from? Let me just soak in as much as I can, and
I was dumbfounded.
Hope to one day be able to recite as much bullshit and repetitive notions as I can. So, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Today I would like to hear Billy Rambles go on his
favorite sport
and his most knowledgeable sport, and his idea of how we can fix the Celtics, push them to the next limit, to the next level, and really identify what they're looking to do in the off season as we approach the NBA off season, which, as we know, is one of the most entertaining and speculative of the professional sports. So, my first question for you guys, and let me go to you, Bill. Just broadly, what kind of team is this? Because I think out of the three of us, you were the lowest on this team going into the bubble. So, do you see this team going into next year as a full-on potential champion, contender, an overachiever? Did they overachieve in the previous years? You know, how far away from a championship are they? Like, what kind of team do you have as we go into the next season?
I don't think you're a championship team. You couldn't even get past Miami in the East. So, I mean,
simple enough.
You're not there yet. You still need to add in the offseason. You saw your deficiencies against Miami. You have nobody that could guard Dwight Bosch down low. I mean, that's your biggest weakness. And
for any new listeners, Dwight Bosch is Bam Adebayo, who, if you were to look at a side-by-side between Dwight Howard and Chris Bosch, they look like a love child. And there is speculation that Chris Bosch is into
no, he's a drag queen, because Dwight
Howard loves
the
trannies.
Yeah.
Got it. So Dwight Bosch, Bam Adebayo. He was a problem for the Celtics. Sorry to interrupt you, Bill. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, if you are trying to bring back the same team, you're not there yet. I mean, unless you get a huge leap out of Brown and Tatum. But you're getting in the East, you're getting Kyrie and Kevin Durant back. Who knows what Milwaukee's trying to do now? Toronto, I mean, they could still come back competitively. The Celtics can't win in Toronto. I mean, I've been saying it for many shows. You're not there yet. You know, I mean, you still need to add to this team, because the team on paper right now is not good enough to compete right now, in my opinion.
Ray, what's your consensus of the team as it stands walking into the season this year or next year, or wherever you want to put it?
Contenders. They're not championship quality team yet. I think the two Jays are 2 to 3 years out from being superstars. They're still budding superstars, so they're not there yet. Our 2 max guys are injury prone. Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward. That never helps out. Then you got Marcus Smart, who thinks he's the next Allen Iverson, fucking Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant rolled into one. So that's always a problem. And then we have no big, like Bill's been saying, to help on the boards or help down low. So that's a problem. So contenders, yes, not champions and not overachievers, but I think they're still contenders. I think they're going to compete with Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Toronto. But they're not championship quality yet.
Yeah, that 3-4 range, I think.
Yeah.
5 range, you probably see the middle of the playoff teams, I think, in the East. I mean, I would say contender, but they're not championship level yet.
No.
All right. Well, look, they're championships. They're champions. They're champions. Okay?
Of what?
They are a championship team. They are good enough to win a championship. Okay? They underachieved this year. They should have beat the Miami Heat. They didn't, because they stalled in situational basketball. It wasn't because of talent. It was not because of – I don't even think it was because of effort. It was because of situational basketball. They didn't have in them to get there. Now, if you want to if that's one of the criteria to be a championship team, fine, we can debate that. But in terms of talent and skill and everything around it, the Celtics are a championship team. They should be one of the top 4 teams in the league. That should happen just as they are right now. We saw it. We saw it the year before. We saw it this year. Now, I get the bubble is what it is, but you beat Toronto. Maybe you don't beat them if you have to go there, but you beat them, okay? You beat them. The Heat beat Milwaukee, and you play Milwaukee well, and you got beat by Milwaukee after having a 10 to 20-point lead in every fucking game of that series. Sorry, Miami. My bad. Thank you, Bill. So I look at that and go, look, in the East, you're a top 2 team in the East. Just flat out talent-wise, you're a top 2 team in the East. And that makes you a top 4 team in the league. So and that's where you have to start your expectations as a Celtics fan, in my opinion. Ray, I see you shaking your head.
You're forgetting about your favorite player, Kyrie Irving, and the Brooklyn Nets this year, who are going to be a problem for this Boston Celtics team.
Especially if KD's healthy.
Yep.
I mean, he's hungry. He's in here and all the shit now.
Give me your top 4 in the East.
Milwaukee. Well, as we stand right now, without free agency and trades, I'd have Milwaukee 1, Miami 2, just because of what they did in the playoffs. Toronto 3, Brooklyn 4, Celtics 5.
Bill,
I'd probably put Celtics 3, and then
you got Nets, Milwaukee ahead them.
No, I have Milwaukee. Probably put Miami in there. They just went to the NBA Finals. So I put the Celtics 3. I think the Nets 4, and then Toronto at 5.
Okay, you guys are both wrong. Miami's not there. Miami's in the 6th. Miami's the bubble team. Miami's the team that achieved in the bubble more than they should have achieved. They don't have what it takes to win in the NBA in a normal season. They don't.
See.
They don't. And the Nets have Kyrie fucking Irving and Kevin Durant. So if talent plays out, they should be number 1 in the East. After that, I am not a believer in the Bucks. I don't believe Giannis can play playoff basketball. So if they might capture a high seed in the regular season, but I could see them easily getting knocked off in the playoffs like they have every fucking year in Giannis's career. The Celtics have the talent at the positions to compete in the NBA. If you want to blame it on experience this year, or if you want to blame it on balls, wherever you want to go, that was the difference. Not talent. Talent's there. In the right positions. They should be a championship team, in my opinion. That's where I stand in this team, and so if you ask me what the power rankings walking into the season, with Kyrie and KD, I got to put Nets at number 1. I put Celtics at number 2, Bucks 3, Toronto 4, Heat 5, and go from there. Because I don't. Dragic and Hero, they're all good. I don't expect them to repeat what they just did, honestly. And I think the Celtics should be better. So with that being said, they need to obviously fill some holes and do some roster adjustment. So, Ray, if you're Danny Ainge and you're walking into the offseason, what is your overall theme walking into this offseason? For example, are you addition by subtraction? Are you dumping Gordon Hayward for nothing, or dumping a Marcus Smart for nothing, or are you making a huge splash? Are you in a big trade, shipping one of these guys away, moving up in the draft? Like what is your main goal if you're Danny Ainge right now in the Boston Celtics?
So the other 3 Boston teams have already started doing this. This COVID shit has hurt a lot of teams, so I don't think they're going to be a spender. Just like the Bruins are coming out saying they're not going to be being big spenders this year. Just like the Patriots, just like the Red Sox, I think the Celtics are going to hold pat. I think you're going to have Gordon here still. You're going to have Kemba here still. They're not going to get traded. Obviously, the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to stay. Marcus Smart's the only maybe, just because he's the only expendable contract they could actually get something for. But other than that, I think Danny Ainge is going to hold pat this year.
But if you're Danny Ainge, what do you? So you go in and you go, what do I need? What do I need to do?
Power forward center, a legit power forward center. That's what I think you need.
And shooting off the bench.
Yeah.
You need
your bench is terrible. Yeah.
You need a bench scoring, and I think Gordon Hayward's more valuable in your starting lineup than he is on your bench, honestly. And then you're going to bring back mostly the same team. I think it's not addition by subtraction unless you really want to move Gordon Hayward, it sounds like Indiana's kind of, if the rumors are true, they're interested. So I don't think Danny has the balls to make a trade involving one of those guys, honestly. But you got a nice expiring contract now with Gordon Hayward moving forward. So I mean, that's a max deal. You could bring back a max superstar.
Before we get into like trade ideas, so do you think? So let's. So biggest needs talked about the Celtics are low post. So let's focus on low post. Bill, are you more they need low post offensive presence, low post defensive presence?
I'd like to see him do more defense only because the offensive big men, you want them to shoot the ball, shoot the three. I'd really like someone that could, again, kind of bang on the boards with.
I agree. I think Aaron Baines, the fact that they had to let go of Aaron Baines to make the contract work for Kemba Walker really hurt him last year.
Because toughness with him too.
There was a defensive, and he stretched it out offensively. He could work in their offense, but if you had Aaron Baines instead of Enes Kanter, I don't know if I don't know if you're changing the series or anything, but I think that's a difference maker in terms of your defensive ability. He's certainly better than Daniel Tice, and Robert Williams is just kind of a question mark across the board. So, yeah, I think that in terms of down low, I think you're looking at a guy that has to match up with Bam Adebayo that can stop. How do you want to identify this? A new age big,
true center. You need a true center. I feel.
Yeah, you need a guy that's 6'11". You need a guy that's pushing 7 feet, that can run, that can defend, and it should be Robert Williams. Robert Williams is the prototype of type of guy you're looking for. I just don't think he has the skill to do it. So
still young though, still only second year in the league. So I mean,
you're a big.
I like the Time Lord
guy, right?
I like him.
Or Bill, I'm sorry. The Queen. You have the nickname Queen for a reason because you like to manipulate time and starting times to whenever how they like to dictate within your schedule. So I understand how you have that connection with Time Lord. Like I'm not quite ready at 9:05. Could we do 9:20? Or you know what? I'm ready at 9:15 now that all of you are waiting for 9:20. Let's just do 9:15.
It did not take me long enough to ejaculate that I thought it would. The 45 minutes I did not need.
I go quick.
Can we record early, please?
It's only because of work. Shut up. It's the only time I ever have to move.
Ray, stick in the low post. Are you looking more offensive or defensive? And are you looking to pair them up with Tice, completely replace Tice? I think Cantor's gone, and Robert Williams, again, is a question mark. So are you pairing him with Tice in this situation, or are you replacing him?
I would replace him. I mean, we all joked about Al Horford when he left, but, I mean, think about Al Horford on this team right now. I mean, he would be an ideal piece to have because he can go down low, get the rebounds, and he can also shoot. So he would be a nice piece to have on his team, something along the lines of an Al Horford.
Al Horford defensively is actually exactly what you want. Al Horford offensively is kind of fucking
he sucked in Philly.
He's a tit. He's kind of stinks. He's not a good rebounder. He can shoot, but defensively he is really, really good.
He can match up with the Greek Freak and stop him.
Yep, and Embiid. He was the Embiid stopper. That's a really good fit. You don't find an Al Horford everywhere. There's a reason that he was a max player. It's because the Celtics were fucking desperate. But, you don't find an Al Horford everywhere. So, the rumors are Miles Turner. So, all right, hold on. So, before we get to the trade rumors, which is the juicy shit, let's talk about the other big need that I think everyone agrees that the Celtics need, which is bench scoring.
Yep.
And I want to identify it a little bit differently as opposed to bench scoring or bench shooting. Because what I think they need on the bench is a Tyler Herro, is a dude that is a stone cold. Kyle Korver. I don't do anything but shoot, and when I shoot, it goes in. I want that
Crawford.
guy. I want,
Jamal
yeah.
Crawford.
Bill, you and I were shouting about Jamal Crawford for everybody. Now that you could really identify Jamal Crawford as a scorer. I mean, he can score. He can score
But he
anywhere
could
at any
shoot
point.
too.
But so if it's not Jamal Crawford and that type of guy who is just instant offense, I want someone who is just a guy that can sit behind the three and snipe. Because
Lou Williams. Look for that team. They might.
Sure.
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick is more the guy I'm talking about, Bill, because I think Lou Williams is another. I need the ball in my hands, and you have a lot of guys in the Celtics that need the ball in their hands. So
Yeah.
I want a guy that just stands around, rotates like JJ Redick, and when he gets the ball, he shoots it. It goes in about half the time. Name me one guy that Celtics have had in that team since, I don't know, Eddie House.
Yeah, Ray Allen. I mean, Ray Allen, but again, he was a
Sure, Ray
starter.
Allen, but Ray Allen's
yeah.
a fucking Hall of Famer.
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh,
Ball in his hand. Had to have the ball in his hand.
True.
You know what? You remember Eddie House in
remember Eddie
the
House.
like
I
Number
loved
50,
Eddie
Eddie
House.
House.
Eddie
yeah,
House
baby.
was a fucking nobody. Eddie House was a fucking nobody. But you had your big three and you had your guys and they penetrate and Rondo would move. And Eddie House, if he was the fifth guy on the floor, would find the open spot. You kick it to him and he hits a three. And now you're up 7, right? Like that's the guy I want coming off the bench when Tatum is rusty to start the game, when Jalen is off, when Kemba's knee is 33 years old and Hayward's ankle is 34 years old. I want someone off the bench that, that can just fucking shoot. They have nobody that can just shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you guys agree with that, or do you, in terms of bench performance, do you see them going after something different, or do you think they need something different, Ray?
Veteran leadership. Marcus Smart was their veteran leader for the
Not
past-
great.
Not a
Bob.
great one. Yeah. So I think they need a veteran leader on this team. Someone to say to the younger guys, "Hey, you're playing like shit. Let's fucking go." Like Kevin Garnett. When Kevin Garnett was on his team, he was that guy that would just be the guy that just, "Hey, you're playing like shit. Fucking turn the shit around. Let's
I'll
go.
give you
Let's
someone
get the
better.
motivation."
I'll give you someone that might be a little bit even more of a cohesive fit for what we're looking for in this. James Posey.
yeah.
Or
Paul
Adonis
Millsap would be
Haslam.
nice.
Adonis Haslam on the Heat, who I'm pretty sure didn't play 1 minute this entire season, but he essentially was a bench coach.
Yeah.
But won 2 championships with LeBron and Dwayne Wade, or did he get 3? Did he get 3 with Wade?
I think he was on that
2
Wade
with
team.
LeBron. I think he was on with the Wade and Shaq team,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
He's been on the Heat for like 17 years. So yeah, great call, Ray. Veteran leadership with a ring. They got to have a ring.
Yeah.
There's
my
guys
opinion.
out there you can get. Tristan Thompson should be the top of the list.
Love
he's up there.
Tristan Thompson.
So he's
I love the Tristan Thompson pickup, Ray. Why don't you like the Tristan Thompson pickup?
One word: Kardashian.
yeah.
I don't want that fucking baggage coming along with it.
Not bad. I just love the idea of the player. Just defense, rebound, tough, one.
And he'll come right off the bench. He can come right off the bench too. He's made over $100 million in his career. He's probably looking at your mid-level exception, which I believe is $5 or $6 million. The Celtics, I believe, have the full mid-level this year because Cantor's gone. I don't think they're going to bring him back. So I mean, Tristan Thompson might be a good pickup. And another guy too who doesn't have a ring, Paul Millsap out in Denver. Denver says they want him to retire there, but there's rumors that he might go. If he wants to chase money, you could probably get him in the $5 to $6 million range too. But that's perfect. The guy, he's 35. You want to talk about veteran leadership? He's been around the league forever. He's been a playoff performer in many years.
Never won, though, Bill.
Never won one, but he's still a veteran leadership is what you need. He's a guy that can average a double-double off the bench. He's a pick and pop shooter is what you need, and he's a fucking rebound hound. How many times has he killed the Celtics over the years? I mean, these are the guy we when he used to with him and Al Horford in Atlanta for those couple years were disgusting together before Horford came to the Celtics. He's going to be out there. He's going to be a free agent. I mean, these are the type of guys you want as far as veteran leadership. I mean, these guys should be at the top of your list.
I just look at it and I look at the guys in this locker room and Tatum and Brown and Marcus Smart, if they don't move on from, we'll get into the trade things here in a second. And you go I don't want to call it arrogance. Let's call it confidence or intelligence in Jaylen Brown's case that he's been given a lot of credibility for the type of things that he's done off the court. And okay, Queen, we'll see in a second. No problem. And I look at it and I just wonder and I question, if you bring an older guy into that locker room who has not won, how much does Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum look at them and go,
You haven't done shit.
what have you done, dude?
Yeah.
You've been around for 18 years. You haven't won shit.
Tristan
If
Thompson
Tristan Thompson comes in and goes, dude, I beat the Warriors down 3-1. Yeah, LeBron beat the Warriors down 3-1. Sure, but I was there. I know what it takes. And you know what? Jason Tatum, you can be LeBron. You know what, Bron? You can be Kyrie. I've seen, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the confidence and arrogance in the Jays, in the Celtics organization, I think needs to be stifled with a ring. It needs to be stifled with a ring. And so Paul Millsap, I love as a player on this team coming off the bench, but I don't know if his talent and production on the court does as much as Tristan Thompson's veteran leadership as a champion to speak to these guys who have the talent, like I just said in the previous segment, that they should be championship talent, to be able to go, hey, 5 minutes left. Stop dribbling between your legs 30 times.
Yeah.
Just hold the fucking ball, run the play the coach called, and let's get to the line. Because we're going to go to the fucking NBA championship. We're going to go to the finals if you stop being assholes. You know what I mean? And then Jaylen Brown doesn't have to go, fuck you, Marcus Smart. You're a year older than me. I don't give a shit what you say. No, it's Tristan Thompson who has a couple rings. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
You guys say Paul Millsap and Tristan Thompson. I'd like Andre Iguodala here.
Perfect guy.
He'd be a perfect guy. I mean, I know he's a small forward, but still, I mean, he's won several championships with the Warriors. He came off the bench with the Heat and still looked good this year. I mean, he would be a perfect person to mentor both the Jays, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Well, I think that's what you saw.
Your most senior guy is Jay Larranaga. Can we look this up? Was Jay Larranaga with Doc Rivers? Does he have a ring?
I don't remember.
I don't think there's a single person in the organization besides Danny Ainge with a ring talking to the players on a day-to-day basis.
The trainer. The Asian trainer that we see all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, he might have a ring. He's got one of those cheap rings that they didn't put all the diamonds in.
It's still a fucking ring.
I get that, but you understand what the fuck I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? From Brad Stevens to Jason Tatum, there's nobody on that staff, on that roster, that has won anything ever.
Kemba Walker.
I'm so sick of that. Shut up, Ray.
Has he?
That's
asshole. Has he won something?
So give me someone.
Has Jason Tatum won? Oh, no. Has Jason Tatum won anything in college? No. Has Jaylen Brown won anything in college? No. Has Brad Stevens won anything in college? No. Has Kemba Walker? Yeah, he was fucking Mr. Clutch in the Big East. He fucking won a national championship with UConn when they shouldn't have won shit. So, yeah, suck it, Bill.
I love Kemba Walker. I love Kemba Walker, and now that's a really great segment into these wild. Let's get into the wild NBA trade speculations that happen every year. We're going to start out with the least wild and go to the most wild in three examples that I came up with. And if you want to have some more, feel free to throw them out there. But actually, this might be more wild, but it's been reported as real. So Marcus Smart in the 14th pick in this year's draft to Golden State for the second overall pick, and Andrew Wiggins basically just to make the money work. And there probably is some extra shit the Celtics got to throw in there, maybe some seconds and whatever else. I do that.
Yeah, I would probably do that
right now. I do it right now, and I'll give you – I know I've been talking a lot, but let me just give you the addition by subtraction I think is real. We talked about the Marcus Smart problem all year. I like Marcus Smart. I don't know if he'll ever fucking get it. He's 6 years in the league. And if this is real, you have a chance to get the second overall pick from Marcus Smart.
This draft is terrible.
Yeah, it's the worst draft.
Well, whatever. I mean, Danny Ainge has got Marcus Smart at 6, Jaylen Brown at 3, and Jason Tatum. He fleeced the fucking Phillies for 76ers and got Jason Tatum. We would have picked 1 overall, got him a 3rd. So high in the draft, I trust Danny Ainge to grab somebody who's pretty good, and maybe he can take that 2nd and package it out for 7 more fucking first-round picks moving on. I don't know. But either way, I'm looking at it and going, something has to give on the Celtics team. You can't walk into next year with the same exact team, and you don't have enough money to go in free agency and just sign somebody. So in terms of trades, if you have to make one to make something happen, I'm for this one. Bill, where do you stand on it?
I would probably make that move. I mean, Andrew Wiggins hasn't lived up to the hype. Was he the number 1 pick?
Yep.
Right. He hasn't.
Number 1 pick and traded for LeBron.
Yeah, but I mean, again, he hasn't lived up to the hype. He's on his 2nd team now, right? So I mean,
he's on his 3rd team now.
No, 2nd team. He went
Minnesota.
D'Angelo Russell. They traded D'Angelo Russell from the Warriors to the Wolves in Minnesota. So he's on a 2nd team. He's kind of a pud.
And he's on a max deal too.
He's kind of a pud. I don't know how many years left he has. But it would be a contract. It would be a contract. The Wiggins thing is not. It's just do you dump Marcus Smart for the 2nd overall pick and try to pick up the big man that fills the void that you're looking for?
Yeah, that's what you need. I mean, you need a big. I think that's one of your biggest weaknesses on the team is a big guy. So if you could flip Marcus Smart to get pieces that are going to get you an impactful big guy coming off your bench or starting for you, I'm all for it. You know, I'm kind of tired of Marcus Smart. I know he's your heart and soul and probably the captain of your team, but as far as veteran leadership goes, he's the longest tenured Celtic. At some point, you got to make a move. I don't disagree with trading him. I mean, I think he's worn out his welcome for me. I'm just kind of sick of him, especially his shooting. You know, hit a couple of shots in a row, and then next thing you know, he puts up 10 more shots, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? You know, so it's just.
Yeah, the Marcus Smart problem is real, and because he's the most tenured Celtic and one of the oldest of this young core, it seems like he has a little bit of an overdeveloped self-worth. Where in an organization like the Golden State Warriors, you put a Marcus Smart on the Golden State Warriors, and you're looking at what a fucking weapon.
Especially with him and Draymond.
Well, yeah, but also if Draymond, Steph, and Clay can go, hey, Marcus, stop fucking shooting.
Yeah, kiss the ring.
Give me the ball, you idiot. Go play defense and make winning plays. And when there's 7 seconds on the shot clock, don't dribble it and then shoot it. Give me the fucking ball because I'm Steph Curry. You know, that's the perfect type of team Marcus Smart would be great for. And that's the quagmire that the Celtics are in. He's on this budding type of Celtics team where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have come after him where they can't really yell at him. And when they do, it seems like Marcus Smart does not take that well and throws chairs in the locker room and puts up a fit and slices his hand when he punches a mirror or whatever the fuck he did a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you want to trade Marcus Smart for the number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft? Yep, I'm okay with that. Ray, you got any last thoughts on this?
No, I'd do it. Do it in a heartbeat.
Fucking stellar intake, Ray. The second,
you guys both said everything. What do you want me to repeat? What Bill said? What you said? No, I agree.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Look, I get it. You're not hosting the show anymore. I don't
have to do anything.
Bring a whole lot.
Yeah.
The second one, this is right up your alley, though, Ray. This is the Gordon Glass trade. This is Gordon Hayward or Marcus Smart to the Indiana Pacers for Miles Turner in some kind of combination. So the Indiana Pacers have expressed interest in Gordon Hayward, and Miles Turner has been on the trade block for them for a couple of years now because of the
they got Sabonis.
They got Sabonis there, so there's a little bit of overlap of talent in that position. So, Raymond, how easy is it for you to say yes, trading Gordon Hayward for Miles Turner to the NBA?
Is that a rhetorical question?
If it was Marcus Smart, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If it's Gordon Hayward, I don't do it because if you trade one of your biggest free agent acquisitions you've ever had as a Boston Celtics, that you will never, ever, ever get another
Thank you, Raymond.
free
You're
agent to come
finally
here.
learning, you dumb.
Thank you.
You dumb fucking piece of shit. You
Thank
are fine. You're learning things. You can't trade Gordon Hayward.
I took 3 shows, and it took me 3 shows of hosting to finally get that repertoire.
You can't trade Kemba Walker. You can't. So this is going to eliminate the next trade scenario I'm going to put in place for you. But you can't trade Kemba Walker. You cannot trade Gordon Hayward.
Nope.
You can't.
I think you could trade Gordon Hayward, and
Because
I think the Miles Turner trade would be perfect. I love Miles Turner. I mean, he hasn't really kind of made that next jump, but he's a year removed. He's a year away from free agency. I think if you could bring him in, he's the exact guy we need. I mean, you might have a little bit of overlap with kind of Time Lord there. So, I mean, you're kind of hoping that he could eventually develop into like a Miles Turner type. But if I could get Miles Turner now, I love him. I think he would be a perfect fit for the Celtics team.
The more I think about this, the more I think about this. Bill, I'm with you a little bit. You can probably get away with trading Gordon Hayward because
it's year 4.
It's
Kemba,
on his
you
last
can't.
year of his deal, so it's an expiring contract, and he's had injury history. So you cannot trade Kemba.
No.
Kemba's off. For anybody that wants to trade Kemba, you can't trade him. You can't.
Year 2, you can't.
Sign someone to a max deal and then dish him out the next year.
Danny Ainge will never have a free agent come
Nobody
here,
will ever.
ever.
People don't sign in Boston regardless, so you can't do that.
Yeah.
So Gordon Hayward might be a special case because last year the deal, expiring contract, hasn't worked out in Boston because of injury. Maybe a change of scenery could work. But here's what I have to say about that. I fucking like Gordon Hayward on the Celtics. I think he works on the Celtics. I think he plays well. I think the offense runs really well when he's out there. Obviously, he has had a bad injury history. If he wasn't getting paid $33 million a year, we would not have made that big of a deal out of it. I predict they're going to not extend. They're not going to give him the pickup. They're going to extend him and drop this salary down and go and make some moves.
It'd be nice. I like Gordon Hayward too.
It makes some moves to supplement what we're talking about in terms of low post and bench shooting. I like Gordon. He's not a problem. I move Marcus Smart before I move Gordon Hayward 9 times out of 10.
Can I just chime in real quick?
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward reminds me a lot of Tom Brady, not on the skill-wise, but he has a little baggage called his wife. And she does not like being in Boston. She's made it well known she hates it here in Boston, and she wants out in Boston. So, therefore, I think he would even say, I'll get out of Boston. Why are you fucking – what, Bill? What now? What's wrong now?
Your fucking heater.
Oh, so you're mad
That's all I
at my
can fucking hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess my kids are cold. I apologize
Well,
for heating
someone
my
else
child.
has another wife problem, don't they? You got to keep the wife happy upstairs. You got to put your heater on there, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
It was 53 degrees in my house yesterday. You think I put my heat on? No, I'm not a bitch.
Well, once you start paying all that child support for all those 7 kids that you admitted on the 3 shows we hosted, you're going to owe some money, and you probably won't be able to afford to put that heat on in the wintertime, baby.
That's right. Natural gas isn't cheap.
All right. Well, look, we didn't get as far as I wanted to. Very quickly before this is going to end really quickly. If the Celtics make everything perfectly, make every move perfectly that you think they should move, where do they land in the power ranking going into next season in terms of championship? Quickly, Bill.
Contender. Still the same.
Top three, all league.
Top three, yeah.
Ray.
4 or 5.
Okay, so Ray does not have them winning. Bill, you and I have them winning. I think they should compete for a championship. They compete for a championship for the next 5 years. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Fat Tuesday edition, October 27th. Everything Celtics. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for Wednesday edition. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.